head towards the new speaker who is really amazing. She's a British national born in Nigeria, going to share her investments in Pakistan. She has an NGO who is up and run, building human resource, especially in northern areas of Pakistan. So please welcome Roxana Jaffer on the stage with a big round of applause, please. She is doing good for Pakistan since over a year.
Good afternoon, everybody. Dignitaries, millionaires, multimillionaires. Assalamu alaikum. I like to educate you on Pakistan, but the northern areas where I have made an investment, and I'd like to tell you why. And we had a few references to human development. I hope that you will find this presentation a little interesting. But can I just find out how many of you have been to Switzerland already? Great. How many have been to the mountainous areas of Pakistan, the northern areas? A few. Great. Tell me, where is this? No? You can't tell the difference, right? It could be Switzerland and it could be Pakistan. Especially since the lady is wearing a Western outfit, it could be Switzerland. But let me tell you, now, same peak, beautiful people of Pakistan sitting down there, some standing at the back, and this is in the northern areas of Pakistan, where ABCF is operating. And what is ABCF? It's an advent for building human capital. One of the questions that were asked said, what are we doing, what is Pakistan doing about developing human resource? Well, whether Pakistan is doing it or not, I know we at ABC Foundation are. And we have a small organization happening, and the investment that we've made is not for economic return, but the return in building human capital. So hopefully they are going to be building the Naya Pakistan for us. And let's see how we do it. So we're going to hear it from one of the locals of Hunza. He said he had no chance of employment. He was a school dropout. He lacked confidence. He had no income. He felt like a reject till he met ABC Foundation. And let's see why. We learned, like today, I come from Kenya. I speak Swahili, and I speak English because I was brought up in London. And I did not speak Hindi or Urdu till I came to Dubai more efficiently. Even yesterday somebody said, you're a very Angrez Urdu speaking person, and I am. But English is the medium by which we are able to talk to each other, and this is the language of the 21st century. So we saw merit in providing English as a tool for the unemployed youth to gain employment, because the world wants people who speak better English and can express themselves. We also found by doing that, they were able to gain employment in local as much as international opportunities in hospitality. And when we say the word hospitality, it doesn't end at hotels. It doesn't end at restaurants. Because under hospitality, you can have marketing, you can have sales, you can have security, you can have housekeeping, you have several windows of opportunity that are open. Technically, ABC Foundation builds human capital. What is the state need in GB? GB is Gilgit-Baltistan, which was the northern areas before. I'm going to show you a map, and you'll be able to see that soon. What was the need for ABC Foundation to be situated there? The tourism industry is growing exponentially in Gilgit-Baltistan. The mountains that I showed you are from there. I believe in the next 10 years, if not earlier, it's going to be the tourist capital of Pakistan. A non-Pakistani saying that, I want a lot of the Pakistanis to be saying this now. The geographic isolation has deemed it where there is less exposure to hospitality. Customer relations management. I was there in Gilgit only at a 4-star hotel in May, and there was a German couple sitting on the table next door to me on breakfast as I'm sitting here, and the waiter could not explain because the Germans were speaking very no Urdu at all, and there was a real tussle between customer relations management. I intervened because I spoke English and was able to help them. We need to grow our youngsters in Pakistan so that they can meet the world today. So, we started operating from Islamabad and Rawalpindi, which are twin cities, and then moved to Hunza in 2016. And right now, why I'm here is to let you know that we have now expanded from this year because we feel that our success story for those 2-3 years has made us feel that we can give our services to more people. And this is all done through private funding from myself. Let's look at some inventory in Gilgit and Hunza. TripAdvisor tells me there's 30 natural parks, there's sites and landmarks, but look at the number of hotels. There were only 2 4-star hotels in 2015. Somebody mentioned the name Serena. Yes, Serena is one of them. And by 2019, we have 4 4-star hotels. The 3-star hotels moved from 5 to 40, 8 times more. And the 2-star moved from 50 to 100, 100%. This tells you there's a lot more tourism, lot more people coming to these northern areas, and we need to build better class hotels. There is no 5-star, and I'd like to see if there's anybody here who is attracted to come and join forces with Dr. Musa to be able to build a couple of hotels. I'm not going to give you the returns on the hotels, but I can tell you I'm a hotelier from Dubai and Tanzania, and we've made our money from this profession. And I'm sure in Naya, Pakistan, I think you'll be able to do a lot better. What is my inspiration of going as a non-Pakistani to this part of the world? It's not what I have achieved, it's what I have helped others achieve. This is social conscience, taqwa. This is what I feel that makes me tick, to be able to give of myself, invest my money, and make sure that it helps people. And we've selected Pakistan and India amongst the countries that we would like to help to be able to grow the human capital. We started in 2012, where we went to Islamabad, and the first weekend, by the time we'd done our work, people had heard about us, and we assessed 93 people. We had not given any education to them. No, we were only looking at the assessment to seeing whether us being and investing our money and ourselves in Pakistan was going to be paying its dividends. And look at the happy faces we had. 93 people had come at 4 a.m. queuing to meet us. This is the tail end at the end that we had. We then went back, built up our infrastructure. This is the logo that we have, Advent for Building Human Capital. We say the circle is of like unfinished edges. When people come to us, that they feel they want to give of themselves, get better, but they don't know how to. What we do is we put in our heart in them, expecting them to put in heart in their growth and to excel. And we leave them as stars. Again, a little unfinished, but why? So that they find their own twinkle themselves. And you'll see through my testimonials how a couple of these people have found the twinkle. We work with very strict values. If people don't show compassion or integrity, we will not be having them with us on our journey. We have a mission to fulfill and a vision that we want to make sure that happens. And along the way, the values are very important. Our model is very simple. We look at unemployed who have basic English knowledge. We're not going to be teaching them ABC, but who've been to school and not had a chance to further themselves. They are not employed in their chosen study, and a lot of them are taking up menial jobs. And of course, where their income is lower than national norms. We then give them an entry assessment, which is vocabulary, grammar, reading, writing, speaking. And after they've managed to get through a result of 60% of all the 5, we then give our curriculum learning, which is in 3 sections: level 1, level 2, and level 3. It's called English for Hospitality Professionals, British Council authored by us, which is what we are able to partake to them. Our faculty are certified teachers. They're situated in Dubai, and we train the trainers either in Pakistan or India, or we bring the trainers to Dubai and train them up. So therefore, the pedagogy and the mode of giving the 6-week schooling is done in a very professional manner. Here you can see the certification that happens, the graduation that happens. The pictures on the right are from Hunza, and the pictures on the left are from Noida in Delhi. So, and then they all are able to find a job, and we help facilitate them by sending out their CVs, but we do not promise them a job. What we give them an opportunity for employment here or in their own host countries. Where are we? We are in Pakistan. You can see it. We are also in India, and we also have the head office in Dubai. All 3 countries work under a different legalized body, and the ABC Foundation is what we are talking about in Pakistan today. We have an NGO certificate, and we realized that after a tough fulfillment, it was just not just the police check on me, but the Interpol checking, etc. We were able to manage an NGO certification. And today, after the success, where 87% of our graduates' entrants are impacted, we've decided now to expand further than just Hunza. So this is the expansion. This is another picture from that area. This is the Atabad Lake. Beautiful crystal-colored water. Just wanting to show you these because I'm very proud of this part of the world of Pakistan. This is the impact that we've made. We only assessed 166 people in 17, and we impacted 87%. In 2018, from 144, 89% were impacted who all got jobs now. They were unemployed at that time. Now, this year, we are expecting to go up to 650 people with my limited resource that I have. This is the map I talked to you about. Right at the top end is Gizr and Hunza, the round circles that you see. And Hunza is an office. We are strengthening that. We're going to be having another operation in Gizr, and also Gilgit, the 3 red circles. We're then going to be going also to Lahore and also Islamabad. Just to let you know, we've started the expansion from 1st of July, and as of today, 135 people are already on our training course in this 1.5 months. So I think, you know, we can get to our target of 650 in a year. Why these areas? Because look at the literacy rates in this part of the world. It's funny to see Islamabad, that's a metropolis, has less literacy rates than Hunza and Gizr and Gilgit and Lahore. But we picked them because they're all over 50%. But the main thing is women in these areas do face access and empowerment challenges. We are, of course, changing the balance. We are also finding that graduates who came from these areas went into laboring jobs. They come to Dubai looking for pot of gold. They don't find the pot of gold. What happens? They start working in labor camps and on building sites. And it's very sad to see that happening in Dubai. Let me give you just 2 examples of the very many testimonials that we've got. I don't have a lot of time to give you, but Mohammed Suleiman, he was the first guy out of the 93 we picked, whom we gave training. We brought him to Dubai. He had been sending his resume as wanting to do marketing to housekeeping in a hotel. The housekeeper in the hotel would also put the CV in the bin, and he wasn't getting any joy. We helped him, we groomed him up. He's today working for Roxana as a cluster e-commerce executive. For 2 hotels, he's looking after that. This is what ABC helped him to do. And the story of Irshad. Dr. Musa told me to tell you, so I'm going to tell you a story of Irshad. He was our first person who worked for us in the Holiday Inn. He came as a steward. Steward is the lowest form of employment in any hotel, where basically they are cleaning away. And he happened to be doing that at midnight one day in one of our Thai restaurants. And he had a team which had 1 Nigerian, 1 Nepali, and 1 Filipino. Besides the Filipino, none of them all spoke English. And it was very difficult for him to be able to be understood. But you see, he told me, "Madam, I'm going to make sure that this place is what you want within 2 hours." And lo and behold, in an hour and a half, it was done. I asked him, "What do you want to do? You were really bright." I mean, besides looking how he does, so good looking, sitting at the back, I can see that this person should be in the front office anyway, because customer relations management comes from his face. And he was sitting in the kitchen. Nobody was able to see him. He says, "I want to be there at the front office manager." His aspirations were very low. "I want to be a head bellboy." I said, "How are you going to do it?" He says, "Pata nahi." I sent him to an English school in a trade center. He came back expecting the job ready for him. And I said, "That's not what's going to happen. You're going to have to do cross-training." He finished his cross-training, came back. He went through being the head bellboy, went to a GSA, which is checking in guests. And today, this gentleman has left our company, has a facilities management company in Dubai. He brought his brothers over, got them also educated under English, and today he owns a 12-room hotel in Hunza. Isn't that an amazing story? That you have to believe in people. You have to build human resource. They are going to help us build Pakistan. This is the Naya thought that we should be having with the investment of money we're making. So, after all this, let me tell you where all our people are working. Not only KFC and McDonald's and JW Marriott and Holiday Inn Al Barsha, but they're also at the USA Embassy. And they're also at the bank, HDFC Bank. They're also, right now, we've just brought in 4 people who are working at Landmark. So it's amazing to see that they have the drive. Little bit of English that we teach them takes them to bigger places. Let's look at our project glimpse. Isn't this a beautiful image? This is the Baltit Fort looking down on the Hunza Valley. And of course, there is electricity there because you can see the fort. These are the people who graduated this year when I was there in May. An interesting thing to see is so many more females are coming up, bold as brass, and wanting to do jobs and wanting to stand by their man, which they wouldn't be able to do before. And this is a graduation ceremony we had, of which we were very happy to say that we were picked up by the GB Herald, and the hospitality organization chairman said he was going to be sending us people to be trained up, and we are working on an MOU at the moment. This is training the trainers. happens all around Gilgit, Hunza, and they're going to be the ones who are going to be training all our entrance graduates who come to us. So let's now hear it back again from the gentleman who was a reject. Do you remember? He told us he was a reject. Look at how he's sitting there, like an arbab, after 6 weeks of training and 2-3 years of work. He says, what is ABC Foundation? It's a life changer. It's an English booster. It's a confidence giver. It's a giver of hospitality English. It gives me gainful employment. And today I don't only work for a hotel, but I am a business owner. Very proud to say, of a facility management people. He's got, I think, 12 people working under him. This guy who was a reject, as he said. And he just wants to say thank you. So, the road to the future of Hunza and the northern areas. It's wide open. That's the Karakoram Highway. Right? CPAC. And we can all be on that road together. Going up, investing, and making sure that Naya Pakistan's theme is actualized. Thank you so much.
My support will be there, and I can assist you wherever you have difficulty, so we can approach the concerned authorities in Pakistan.
Thank you.
But I was very pleased to hear from you. This presentation was excellent, and you have introduced some areas which I think otherwise people perhaps even no video, but the pictures itself will have very good message for the audience here. Thank you very much, doing very great job, and we will be always there for support. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The GB area is extremely mountainous. Population is only 1.8 million, but it is a house of 5 8,000ers. That means 8,000 feet and above, there are 5 of those. And there are 50 peaks of 7,000 and above. They should be the tourist capital of the world, not only Pakistan.